To another episode of Collective Conversations. We are here live from the Trade Floor Show.
Say that 5 times real fast.
Real fast. I cannot, so I won't try it. Apartmentalize 2023. I'm here with Donald Davidoff, whose name I sometimes say David Donald off. I think a lot of people do that.
They do. And then they laugh like they're the first ones to come up with it.
Right. I'm not going to laugh because I'm not the first. But anyway, Hey, Donald, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Welcome.
Welcome me to my show.
Yes. Welcome to your own show.
I love it. Yes, I've never been welcome to my show. How's the conference going with
it
so
has
far?
been amazing this year. I mean, the quality of people, the quality of conversations, I've just been blown away. Best NAA ever.
I heard that this is peak attendance, or like it's a record.
Yeah, I just talked about Pinnaker, 12,100 people. So we're back. It's an absolute record.
Yeah, full force. That is a lot of people. Did you go to the party last night?
You know, I didn't. I had a dinner date with someone else, and I then heard that they were letting them kick field goals, and I should have gone that last hour, but I'm old and I wimped out and went to bed.
I did go down there, and you know what was really... I stood at the top, like let's say it's the mid deck, and you're looking down over the field, and the field was fully covered, like from end to end, side to side. It was amazing to see that many people in one place.
Oh yeah, I bet it was 8,000 plus at the party.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So, well, talk to us about, you've been roaming around the conference. I don't know if you've sat in on sessions or just been here on the trade floor the whole time. Is there anything that's resonating with you or impacting you?
You know, I mean, obviously people are talking about AI, people are talking about centralization. Those are clearly the hot items of the day. A lot of that revolves around data, which is near and dear to my heart. So I was actually a panelist on one panel and a moderator for another. So I was on Ingrain's panel about location, how to use unit level data and how to visualize it. So we have a partnership with Ingrain, we being REBA, have a partnership with Ingrain where not only can you view data by pretty charts and by good tables, but you can actually overlay unit level data on a 3D visualization of the building, be it high-rise, garden, whatever. And so, we had clients showing examples of that and talking about that, et cetera. And then I moderated a panel on budget. What was it? We stole from Stanley Kubrick's, how to stop worrying and love your budget. So I congratulated the 200 people who showed up for coming to what was clearly the sexiest session of the entire conference, and that was on budgeting.
Yeah, I imagine that sounds really thrilling. I would love that.
It really was good, though. We had a lot of fun.
Okay, so I got caught up on that remark. The first session that you were... so I know what was coming to mind for me as you were saying it. So is it, and I know this is just one use example, potential use example. So if you're laying this data over, if I'm doing a lease up and I'm in a mid-rise and I can visualize the mid-rise in sort of 3, and I can see where units are actually leasing, is that one way to think about that data?
Exactly. In fact, Brookfield, one of our clients, was on the panel, and they showed a video of a high-rise lease up, and you could actually see stacks that were leasing much faster and stacks that were leasing much slower, and so they were able to intervene partway through and understand and change some of the amenity pricing, doing that a third of the way into the lease up instead of as a post-mortem afterwards, dealing with all this money they left on the table.
Oh yeah.
So it was amazing.
That's it's actually near and dear to my heart because we just did something like that. We were able to catch it fairly early, but we did leave some money on the table because one of our kind of city-facing wings leased up, fairly quickly. So
it's hard to notice in real time, but with the right visualization, it hits you right between the eyes, and you catch it so much earlier. And that's really the premise of REBA BI, right? Is make smarter decisions faster.
That's right. So I have a question, and this is more to scratch my own itch, but you're so. You can bring all your data into a platform like REBA, right? You curate from many different sources, you put it into a data lake, and then you can push that out into different dashboards and things of that nature. But my imagination tells me that just because you can doesn't mean you should. You can get really nuanced with that data. Where do you, as somebody who's built this kind of software, how would you sort of look at that in terms of like what should an operator look at? What should an asset manager look at?
Yeah, I mean, there's always a danger that it just becomes a video game and people can feel productive without doing real work. Although I would tell you, in an industry that has been decidedly intuition and gut driven for a long, long time, if I was a COO or CEO, I'd risk people spending a little too much time in the data as opposed to too little.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry as much that they're spending too much time What I would say in terms of what they're looking at is really understanding the forward predictive statistics. So our industry focuses on occupancy too much, right?
True.
I mean, occupancy is deciding, well, okay, how much milk is in the glass and how much spilled. It's already happened. Certainly, availability is a little more forward-looking. What we've done at REBA is we actually invented a metric called weeks supply, where you take the availability and you divide it by the trailing 3-week net average leases.
Okay.
So now you're saying, oh, I've got 5.6 weeks of supply at recent leasing velocity. What's really predictive about that, or what makes that a true key performance indicator, not a result indicator, is it gives you a sense of these two competing metrics. I've seen many places where 8.2% availability. Whoa, that's really high. I got to be careful. Yeah, but if you're under 6 weeks supply,
right,
you're leasing fast enough that actually you're in really good shape.
Right.
Because if I'm running a 60-day notice period and I've only got 6 weeks of supply, I'm ahead of the curve.
That's right.
Right? And so it makes individual metrics, it puts individual metrics in better context about what's happening. So, when you tell me what should I focus on, if I'm a community manager, the number one metric I would focus on is week supply. And most people on this, listening to this, haven't even heard that term. We invented it as a key performance indicator for REBA BI.
That makes sense. I know REBA BI has the business analytics piece. It has a budgeting tool, and it also has something that is newly released.
Yeah, it's coming. So let's talk about that. So
Okay.
So we have 3 products, right? REBA BI is our flagship product. REBA Budget is our budget forecasting, budgeting and forecasting application. All of our customers are telling us they're cutting in half the amount of time they're spending in budgeting. They can roll up at aggregate levels, et cetera. In fact, we had a little poll in our session, and we asked people what they're using for budgeting at the property level. Do you want to guess what % are still using Excel?
It's a very high number.
Yeah, 70. 70% using Excel. And by the way, of the 30% are using something else, the next question, only half of them are happy with it.
Oh, wow.
So none of the people using Excel are happy with it.
No.
So 85% of people are unhappy with their budgeting process. Wow. The other thing you're alluding to is REBA Rent.
That's right.
So this may be the worldwide public release
you heard it here,
of this
folks.
information. It's been quiet and private elsewhere. But we actually have REBA Rent pricing and revenue management application currently in beta test. It will have commercial release in fourth quarter. We've already got 2 beta testers, and we actually even have a pilot customer just getting started with the data integration. So it'll be a couple months before they start using it. But yeah, we'll have 4 or 5 people already using the beta version by the time we have the commercial release. So coming soon in fourth quarter, OpTech's going to be our big rollout.
You teased it here. You're going to roll it out there. I like that.
Exactly.
I have to attend that conference now with my podcast, so we can get it.
Oh yes. Oh no. Absolutely. Yes. And it gives even more reason why my product manager damn well better be on time, because I don't want to be on a podcast telling you we're late.
You just have to. I'll send you the hard file of this, and you're going to say I put it out there.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Well, what do you? We'll kind of bring this thing to a close. What are you looking forward to for the balance of 2023 as it relates to whatever?
Honestly, what I'm looking forward to is we're past the regional bank crisis. We're past the debt ceiling shenanigans. I'm hopeful that the next Fed meeting will leave interest rates flat, and with a little bit of stability, we'll get everybody sort of back, a little bit back to normal, whatever normal is. There was a lot of activity first quarter, and then second quarter, people have just been really, really reticent to commit to anything. That's across the board. And there's a lot of money on the sidelines waiting to come in for property investments.
That's right.
And there's a lot of operators who know what they want to invest in technology, but they're waiting for a little more certainty, before they're going to pull the trigger on that as well. So a lot of self-inflicted wounds the last quarter in the country. Not by you and me or our colleagues here at NAA.
Sure.
But I think we're going to see people feeling just more comfortable that it's not going to be crazy the rest of the year and they can make commitments.
Yeah. I think we're looking forward to the same thing. It's been sort of a stalemate. We want that dam to break, so to speak, and get going.
Yeah,
again.
the debt ceiling thing really seemed to be the tipping point. It wasn't until that started to be an issue that all of a sudden just everything slowed down.
That's right.
So now that we're past that, okay, it's the summer. It's hard to herd cats, get everybody in the same room together. Investment committees, innovation committees, et cetera. But I'm thinking by fall, we're going to see across the board good things happening.
Our markets like stability and consistency.
Yeah, just predictability. Whatever the interest rate is, just we don't want to be surprised.
That's right.
So that's my theory.
All right. Well, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Where can people find out more about REBA?
www.getreba.com. So GETREBA.com. You can email me, Davidoff, just first initial last name at getreba.com. And would love to connect with any of your listeners.
All right. Thank you again.
Thanks for having me.
Always appreciate it.
Yeah, take care.
All right. Bye now.